Hi, my loves. How is your full moon experience? We are here for Mental Health Day. This was a big request from a lot of you. I think I had more than 14 people come in and say, can you please do a reading just on mental health? And it's super important when you watch a lot of guidance videos. And when you do get exposed to tarot, it can mess with your mental health. I remember beginning, I wasn't even a reader yet. I did not intuit any situation. I was very senseful about my environment at a very young age. I would also write down feelings. I don't know if you guys did the same thing too. I would always write in my diary. I was very much a diary person, diary girl, about the day and the environment. And people would always say, even on my Instagram stories, or if they were exposed to anything that I would put up, they would always say, well, how did you capture that with just something very slight that you said? And so I just kept that to myself for many years. So with mental health today too, we look at the cards in a deeper way. We're not going to look at it as surface definition energy. But also, if it's not your mental health day, it's okay. You can click out. We're always understanding on the channel. If it's not your deal today and you wanted a message, we're going to get you on the next video, okay? So I did get some cue cards. I'm going to pick them up here because, of course, it's never a lot for me. I always have to figure it out. So I was given 3 or 4. Yeah, 4. Okay. So I'll give you a second to meditate on it. We're going to treat it like a class for this first one. I don't know whether to go into a second mental health video because this one might do it for us today. We have resistance, maybe in the energy, not so much like resistance you put out. Also, we're not placing blame on anyone else. This could just be your environment, right? Creating resistance against you. Or maybe you're not in the most conducive environment for opportunity. It says, suppressing, timid. There might be a secret admirer around you. It's usually for love readings. The resistance, if you cause it, okay, we take personal accountability. We understand that we have to change something within ourselves. Second part 2, is that if the resistance is someone around you, or it could even be like narcissistic energies, or people who are very resistant toward your kindness, or people who do not want to give back, right? This is what's showing up here today. I think it's making you know of someone's presence that has created a difficulty for you to move in. So we're going to look at that in positive terms. We have past life. This could have been a part of your past life story, or some of you are finding out looking at your Akashic natal chart or anything that you're studying astrologically within yourself. I'll give you an example. For me, I have Taurus all over my chart, but I'm a Libra. And so it means somewhere in my life I'm meant to teach, right? Because the Hierophant is a teacher. It's also a spiritual teacher. So this could be a past life that you served, and that's just an example. There could be something that's coming out to you that you were meant to do. You were put on this earth to do something. That could also be why your mental health lately hasn't been affected by low vibrational people, or you feel like you're not a people pleaser anymore. This is you rising above the ranks. I might even call the reading that because I believe that's the feeling from the full moon. We have a runner around you. Again, contributing factors, resistance and runner, the 2 R's. We will look at that. And we have perspective. As the sun creeps in through the clouds, and some of you might have actually seen this in your neighborhood walk, driving. This might have been an actual scene that your eyes have been exposed to lately. You experienced something lately where you're better off without this marriage, or you were better off with this influence around your life that probably was taxing, like very tiresome to be around. There could be a specific female or male in your environment that doesn't provide you with clear headspace. Usually you'll know that because you're more confused as you started off. So we have perspective change. It's kind of like the Hanged Man, but it's also the High Priestess because your perspective is completely enlightened through that sunlight. All right, so let's see what the social cues are. 3 of Swords in the past, 9 of Pentacles. So just splitting there, the 9 of Pentacles is your abundance that you reached. Also, it's a single person who has some type of 4 of Swords. There could be a lot of rest through this full moon too. We're going to get into it with just a few cue cards. I'll put that here because I already saw it. We have the 4 of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. There's a supportive person or romantic around you, and a Star card. Star and the Emperor. Nice. So Star and the Empress. One of the combinations I've been getting lately is the Empress and the High Priestess, but this is new. We have Aquarius with you being innovative, and we also have an Empress who's very productive without even any of this tarot, without any of this guidance. She's a very protected individual too in the tarot. That's why she's able to do much, inspiring others, maybe even helpful. That could be you and your family. I think what I'm capturing here is there was a runner in the situation that may have changed the trajectory of your path, or even changed the story altogether. So learning that that was an okay situation to be out of, or you didn't receive it. For instance, if a relationship didn't work out, the runner ran for a reason, perhaps to spawn your growth, which is why you're here today. That's why you're watching this video, is because you're an Empress. This is from the Mermaid Tarot. Your perspective too could be that you no longer people please. Okay, you don't care what people think, other than if it's to develop the higher good for the entire group or whoever you're serving, Libras, because you might even have a career here where you serve a massive group of people and it affects a lot of people with perspective. Okay, there might be a past life cycle that you're recognizing, so this might become very vivid the next few days as we get into it. This is someone else's Five of Pentacles around you. The 4 and the 5 are here. I don't know why they come out as left out in the cold, but if you notice, the card is always the Empress when they come out of the cold. So it's always against this card, essentially. It's hard to do mental health readings, but this was requested. I'm going to do my best here because I do think a message is coming through, even with the aid cards in the beginning, A-I-D-E. Knight of Cups, also I have in the shuffle, okay? 8 of Wands, Page of Swords, 9 of Cups. So I'll put that away. That 9 of Cups, I think, is you, which is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It's water energy. You're developing an innovative way of working out some of your problems or your past life cycles and getting interesting downloads about it. So the Star card is about being innovative with yourself. And if other tarot readers, if I were to go with the very typical dictionary book read, is that it's about healing myself without the interactions of my past. Healing myself without the interactions of my past. A lot of you have done this in a jovial way. A lot of you have chosen to put a lot of happiness back into it instead of serving it as an entire 5 of Cups moment. So we do have your mental health putting you as the prize. You know, the Libras coming out in their card, which is the major arcana. This is what you want to see. And then we also have someone else being reborn here, and it could be a completely new you. What the moon has taught some of us is that even if our environment has created resistance in the background, we know that we can rely on ourselves. Even if this is the 19-year-old you or this is the 34-year-old you. You have a way of reaching a solution with educated thinking, okay? And a lot of us, because we're Libras, we're logical. That's where the power comes in. Could have come from rest, because we also see that the 4 of Swords showed up, another Libra card. And I call this my Encino Man card because in the movie Encino Man, which came out like in 1993, Brendan Fraser was locked in an ice mask, of which he was a Cro-Magnon man. And two high school boys found Brendan Fraser's body. And they actually kind of hid it. They concealed him as a modern day man, even though Brendan Fraser's character in Encino Man was an actual caveman. So maybe someone's afraid of your real powers. They might be supernatural, meaning that you're clairaudient and somebody knows it, or you're clairsentient and somebody knows it. You may have told somebody about your spiritual gifts, Libra, and that scared the shit out of them. So the thing is, there's physical proof of what you've said. Something has happened to this person where what you said came true. I've personally gone through that. You're not alone. Like, that gets me choked up a little bit because I've personally gone through that with an ex of mine. I would constantly warn, I'd constantly hinder him from doing something, and eventually it ended up happening. So that was a very difficult time in my life because anything I'd say would come true. And I think he learned by listening to me, but it was a tough road for that person. Okay, so let's get into it. That was rough. I told you guys the readings are very personalized. They're very different now. And it's capturing you as the star to not take away from those beautiful gifts that you do have. If you have the power to read someone's mind, or if you are always spot on about a situation, remember, whatever catalyst first set you on your trip to finding your spiritual path, that's how I'll put it, it was meant to happen all along. So trust your gifts, because you wouldn't be here on the channel if you didn't have even one of those particular gifts. Clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. There's a lot of clairs, but you might just have maybe one or two of them, okay? We'll talk about that in a future video, what clairaudience and clairsentience eventually does. I believe I'm gonna do a class on it next week. That might be a 2-day thing, so stay tuned for that, okay? The reading for mental health, what is it causing as well? Somebody asked me to state how do you know if you're delusional too, which we'll talk about. We have the Empress again, okay? Let me see if you had it before. Yeah, there's a congruency, all right? And you guys see that they're shuffling. So the Empress is not just here for no reason today. She is a structure. She is also a beacon point for the readings, if it's Libra and Taurus, or if it's just Libra, right? You have come to this, like, I want to call it a platform. There's a platform in your life which you're being told to use your throat chakra, whether it be for love, fighting for true love, whether it be that you need more rest from a particular situation, maybe some of you parenting, maybe relationships that are sinking you down, okay, or even a financial situation. Rest. Because through that rest, you get ideas and you get poignant moments of movement through the Four of Swords. We have a turning of events here. Let's talk about it with mental health. If you have had no results with a particular partner, or there's somebody not showing up for you in your life, the Wheel of Fortune states that something's going to change anyway. It's a fate card. So we have that here. It could be caused by a fixed sign around you or somebody who's muted in their chart. And then we also have Judgment. Wow, powerful. A lot of major arcanas. Judgment. What else do we got? 5 of Wands. For some reason, maybe someone's in quiet competition with you while you quietly quit. All right? Clarify that. 5 of Wands. Thank you. This one was powerful, and you know, you guys, it's really hard now lately to convey in reading some of these powerful points that you bring up. You say, do a mental health reading. We all are here to have discernment, and our discernment is primary when we watch a reading. Temperance in the Tower. It's almost like giving me energy of, I want to set something straight, but I also want to have peace with you. I want to set something straight, but I also want you in my life. They can't have one without the other, which is, you can't have one without the other. It is from Married with Children. Maybe you were married to them. The Tower is here because this person will have something to say to you. They believe it's strong, but what you don't know is that you can take it and also have a fair rebuttal, okay? Just remember that in your next dealings with people under Venus and Scorpio, is that you must have a fair rebuttal. And Libras know how to be fair. The rebuttal is sometimes strong, though, from a Libra. They want to have peace with you, although they might be passing it off as quiet competition. They view you as protected. Temperance is usually Archangel Michael energy. So you're protected. And I think that's why this person can't mess with you to the degree that they want. Okay? To the degree that they want. Halving the deck is the 8 of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and Justice. Make this work in your environment. If it's moving through slow, that's okay. At the end of the day, it's still justice for mental health. Also, it's your clarity that's at the forefront of the reading, and another major arcana of yours, which if we were doing another sign, it would probably be for Pisces, the High Priestess. If it was a Taurus we were doing the reading for, the Hierophant would show up as their major message. But there's justice reworking its way, showing this runner the reason why they're isolated is not just because of karma. It's because they ran away from an empress that otherwise would have been able to help them. I don't know who this reading is for, but it's showing up that it's for you. 5 of Pentacles. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, I have an 8 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, and Emperor. This Emperor in the future, it's the big futuristic bird, okay? We have an Aries energy here. They might be completely opposite of you Libras. It doesn't have to be an Aries. It's just somebody who's probably opposite in their natal chart, or this person operates opposite of your personality, okay? They are coming in to help in the future. I believe a lot of you are going to receive a soul partner who's going to make the yin and the yang come together for mental health. I think a lot of you are going to get a partner that you didn't realize was going to help you through difficulties or situations that you're dealing with on a personal level. But this runner needed to run away for a particular reason. And I think that's why we have to do a bonus. We have to look at perspective changes in your life. So we'll do that as a bonus if you could wait for me. I have to shuffle. I have to get another deck in a moment, but I came to work today. So I'll see you in a bit.